Good afternoon, Speed Gaming. Welcome to a week one matchup of the 2024 Super Metroid Dash Randomizer Mystery Tournament. We've got ironrusty and TGDerp, two very experienced Super Metroid runners. I'm Craze Gamer on commentary, and joining me is Idle. How you doing, Idle?
Very good. Looking forward to this matchup here. I think both of these are very experienced rando runners. You can see this one going either way. Thanks also to Beat to the Boop for doing the tracking for us. Because we don't have to worry about the area tracking, but we do potentially have area randomizer, or it could be vanilla. Several things. It's a mystery. That's why it's named the Mystery Tournament.
We have no idea what the settings are going to be, but we'll find out when we start playing.
One thing we do know, though, even though it's a Dash tournament, it's sometimes Dash is known for that spazer, the extra things you could do at spazer. None of that's in this tournament. That is still an option in Dash, but not part of the mystery settings today or throughout the tournament.
Indeed, we can also we won't be seeing the pressure valve item which Dash uses. We can see heat shield though. That's something I like to see every so often.
All right, and we already know a little bit of information from the top right. So the CA is the criteria. That's the area we're in. And then when you get all these extra numbers here, that means it's a full item split. So sometimes it's like major and minor. The unique items like your beams, your movement items like high jump boots, speed booster, your suits. Sometimes those are only randomized in certain locations. But this is a full randomizer. Those items could be just about anywhere. And those numbers are telling us how many are in this area. So only 2 majors, and one of them has to be Morphball, so not a lot in criteria.
That number under the M.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what's that number under the M? It looks like an E in parentheses.
Yeah, it's either full energy tanks or energies in reserve. I think it's just energy tanks. So that's another. Sometimes, if hell runs are required, we may want to. That it's good information to know. Like, should I scout out this area to build up some health so that I can actually do those hell runs? And then the final number 20 indicates that we have the starter charge. And that is another randomized option. It is possible that there will not be a starter charge and there's just the regular vanilla charge, but we do have starter charge. And also power bombs starting out. So this is interesting because runners may want to do that meme route check, but if it's a vanilla area, that's not going to be a door they have to kill all the enemies. So that can kind of be a little bit of a surprise if you're used to the area randomizer. Oops, can't enter that door.
Right. It's a good thing for them to check to see if we're on area rando or not, but if it's vanilla, then they're gonna hit a dead end and have to turn around.
That reserve tank location is really interesting. Does that mean it's not major minor, or is I don't know if we know if it's Chozo or major minor at this point.
I think it well, it has to be either major minor. It can't be.
Or sorry, it's full. I don't know what I'm thinking. I was thinking. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting that it's full already. I'm so used to what is that item? It's going to tell me if it's Chozo or major minor. Oh, it's full. Ignore me.
All right, let's see if we are. Oh, ironrusty is not going to bother checking. Let's see if Derp does.
It is risky if this is vanilla. Oh, that's interesting. So Derp looks like he's practiced this and does that rollback in case it is vanilla, but then proceeds to check the area. All right, and I like this call from Derp here. Immediately leading. Well, and he would have to anyway, I suppose, because he literally can't go any further. But this check is less valuable, in my opinion, if you don't have supers. If you find Red Bryn, you can't do a whole lot there without supers. If you find Green Bryn, you could potentially soft lock the Green Bryn under a door and you can't leave.
It is good information, though, and information can help you guide your plays. So, because Derp knows that it's Upper Norfair, he knows once he finds if he finds the other side of the top of Upper Norfair, he just knows not to check that unless he, wants to go back to Billy Means for some reason.
Yep. And until ironrusty gets that information, he's going to be constantly wondering, did I leave Crate behind? Is that G4? You don't know what that is. And can be worrisome. Okay, Rusty deciding to make this check here, probably looking for the feature at this point.
Yeah, if you're on full rando, you're checking everything. Like, it doesn't, like, obviously Chozo, you beeline this, and in major minor, you just leave this behind. But in full, you're in the area, you've got the bombs, might as well.
You know, well, for criteria especially, since there cannot be suits in criteria, it's a little bit more reasonable to skip. I also think when there's only one item left, you can potentially make that judgment call of maybe I should go to an area that has a 3 or 4, try to find a higher value item. I mean, you are right that you want to be careful about just abandoning an area because you may not come back for a while, and it could really set you back.
But at the same time, we're still looking for supers too, so yep. Never mind.
Yeah, the supers are definitely priority. Now we've got some. And no bombs, so we don't have to fight BT today.
All right, so Iron Rusty's probably going to go to the left and then discover that this is area rando. We'll see where Derp wants to go.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Rusty faking us out here.
Sometimes you double clutch, it's fine.
Might have been thinking about a save first. One nice thing about the area randomizer in Dash is they've added a few extra saves. So if we find West Meridia, sometimes there's a gamble you can make. But there are saves near those gamble points. So you can make those gambles and not be out too much time with South Block.
Iron Rusty's going to check the back of Gauntlet. If this is full, then you definitely want to check that. And that was a charge.
Yeah, charge upgrade. Now, charge upgrade, that does count as a major?
I'd assume so.
It's... Oh, I should have read up on my... that was explained somewhere, and I've already forgotten this. Oh, we got a Croc here. Croc with one item. That's not terrible, and since we do have Charter Charge, Croc is relatively free fight.
It's fine, but it's also, like, you're taking a gamble that the item is not at pantry missiles, because we have no way to check that right now.
I do like Derp's play to at least see what this other mineral is. Because now, okay, Croc is like in the middle of nowhere now. So do you really want... And see, yeah, Derp's going back in. Because you really want to abandon that one major. You're never going to see it again if you don't get it now.
Also, this check of Crocky tank is not free. We don't have any good movement items, and we've got 1 and 1.
No, I think it's possible, but I would recommend doing the last. Especially you don't know if it's a major. Just do the other checks. And if nothing else, if the runners find a super missile, they can find some of the goodies while they're here. Not gonna find any E-tanks though. Oh, I suppose that's another thing. You know that you're not gonna get bailed out with E-tank over there already. The number indicator telling us that.
All right. Now, it is possible to check Croc Keebs, but it's, yep.
Nice.
That's not an easy deboost to really set up, but if you can get it, then cool.
Nice, and early on we don't have bombs. We don't know if we're ever going to find bombs. I like collecting just about as many power bombs as I can. So we didn't really mention the bosses, but they can also be shuffled. They can also, there's like several different ways they can be shuffled, and a lot of them involve like where they're shifted. So sometimes, like, if you find, historically, if you find Dragon, let's say at Crate's Lair, and you kill him, well, then that gives you a free pass around Bachun. But in some of the randomizer boss modes in this Dash Mystery Randomizer, that does not give you access through Bachun. The boss controls the access of the area they're in. So it doesn't matter what boss is in East Meridia, you have to kill that boss to open Bachun, which basically means you have to kill Bachun. So having some way through Bachun hallway becomes more important.
Correct. Yeah, it's either shuffled or shifted, and I think the one we normally play with is shuffled, where you have to kill the boss in order to make its boss area. Shifted, where you just beat the boss in that area to open it up.
Yep. That also makes wreck ship a little bit more appealing because there's a like 70% chance or something that the boss will open up the area. Although that also means there's a 70% chance of just getting trapped there. You know, sometimes not where you want to be. All right, so has Rusty checked every item at this point? Or maybe between Rusty and Derp, we have all the items except that one annoying one that nobody wanted to check.
Yeah, we are still missing pantry missiles, which we have no way of checking, and
Oh no,
tank.
pantry missiles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be rude if it's pantry. I kind of forgot about that. That makes this play less appealing to me. I get why the runners are doing it, but
Yeah, you're just hoping to spike a free major, but there is a chance that it is in the place that you can't get to.
and as you pointed out, this other check here, Rusty, and I would like a save here. Yes, let's.
Rusty would also like a save here.
Good call.
All right, let's dive into some acid. No.
Oh,
Takes the save and just decides I'm not gonna do the thing. Huh.
interesting. I mean, I don't think it's a bad save in general. You've got a bunch of stuff. You have a lot of power bombs. You may have to come back to Croc, and you don't want to have to fight Croc again. But it is interesting that you wouldn't just make that one check for there.
Yeah, he's just gonna ignore it. Huh.
I doubt Derp ignores it. Let's see. Did Derp take a save?
Derp did take a save, yes.
Okay. Yep, he's going for it. And it is Spacer, which is not what he wanted.
Good that he got the major out of the way, so he knows not to come back here, but that's still not the thing you wanted to see. And now he's going to have to pop his reserves, and this is probably... Yep. That's all right, though. He took a save. It's fine.
That is unfortunate, because that Spacer is not worth getting, and at the same time, it could be helpful later. Like, there are a lot of paths where it's kind of hard to get to full, to have enough supers to kill Mother Brain with, so you end up relying on your just a little bit more often than not. Now, we may just run into Plasma, and then that Spacer is not really doing much, but then again, that Spacer may end up saving sometime later, but I get the plan is still. It's just unfortunate to not keep it. Rusty finding a new area.
Yeah, this was just before Moat. Went down to like the bottom of Red Tower. And the other side's wrecked ship.
Oh, I should be noting what the numbers were in these areas. Red Brain has nothing. I didn't even catch what was a wrecked ship. So we've been kind of void of majors so far. Really not a whole lot. You wonder if like Green Brain's hiding 6 or something.
We also didn't note how many were in Upper Warfare when one of them there too. So we're just on our commentary game right now, where we're just not keeping track of the game state whatsoever.
I wonder what is Rusty looking for an E-tank here? I don't know if I'd be making these checks with there being no majors. I'd be trying to get to the next area. Okay, Derp did not get a setup for the CWJ. Is going to have to go back around if he wants to try this. Or go back to the left.
I don't mind Rusty's play of just getting minor items. And also, here's one of those save stations you mentioned. See what the middle of Red Tower is. The other side of Wreck Ship.
2 majors. Let me get the count this time. Yeah, that's a good idea. This is potentially a free major here. Yeah. Nope, just missiles. See if Rusty decides to try this boss. Will not be able to complete it if it's Dragon or Ridley, so not great odds. Oh, and I don't know if Rusty checked this portal here that Derp's getting.
Rusty did not, so this is new information. This is...
Rusty has 0 majors.
It's got to be like 7 or 6 in Upper Norfair.
Derp choosing not to... He could have taken a save up there and then fallen down. That is potentially a slow route. I might have considered it just because we need to find somewhere that... Where's Green Rin at? But, I don't know. You could go down there and just... It could be a complete dead end and not worth your time. Or you could find Kraid's lair and then what do you do? That gets to be annoying. Nope, that save's not available, but Rusty did take a save pretty recently, so...
Well, the dialogue did come up.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it available in area?
Yeah. Well, it's available.
Okay.
It's available in Boss Shuffle, I think.
Really? Okay, so that's like a clue then. The boss shuffle's interesting.
But he didn't take the save, so I'm...
So maybe just scouting info? I don't know. But then you're going to take the check for the boss anyway. I'm not really sure. Maybe he just remembered he had a better save. I believe rolling saves are on in all settings. So he would have been able to choose to go back to...
Yeah, this is not Vantoon. He's gonna... No, there's no way out of this room.
He would have to spike a great item. It wouldn't be gravity behind Dragon. Now, I thought I saw a 3 on... Was that East Meridia 3 that I saw there?
I didn't see.
So East Meridia is holding some stuff, but that's not very helpful right now. Oh, and Derp is also making this... actually, I is going to take the save here. Yeah, I think this is a very reasonable play. This is not going to work out for either runner. It is information gained, although there is a small chance that this is a surprise boss seed, in which case there could actually be more than one Dragon. So sometimes, like, you find a boss like Dragon, you're like, well, that's good. I don't have to worry about Dragon being anywhere else. But I think it's under 10%, but that Dragon would be somewhere else, but it's possible.
All right, so the area remained Wreck Ship even in Dragon's room. So does that mean shift? So it's shifted?
Wreck Ship had 3, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that incorrectly. It's shifted or it's surprise. Okay. It's obviously not vanilla.
So in terms of percentages of like how the mysteries are weighted, surprise is a 10% and shifted is a 30%. So it's likely shifted.
Upper Norfair has 2. I missed, what was the other area that Rusty checked?
Rusty saw Upper Norfair. Wait, no. Did he? One of them went and checked meme route, and it was Upper Norfair, and we get to see what the item count was.
He just saw Upper Norfair from like the lava dive exit, but that was only one of the 2 doors. I didn't catch what the other door was. We'll have to see when Derp gets there. I think Derp's heading that way. Whatever it is, Rusty didn't like it. He's leaving. Probably going to go back and try to check this one door he missed earlier. Didn't get the jump up through. It is possible to do a run and jump up. To do a running jump up here. This is not just a one-way trip. is choosing to leave it for now. Oh, and did Rusty not get this E-tank that picked up? It's interesting. That could be useful if we need to do those hell runs. All right, this is the transition I missed. Oh, just a wordless West Radio transition. That's why it was forgettable. Okay. And I don't think we've seen this moat portal yet.
No, Derp tried it but missed the CWJ, which looks like Iron Rusty also did. So we'll see if Rusty wants to take another shot at it.
Oh, Rusty does get it on the second try. Oh, and Derp's going for this hell run, or maybe not.
All right, so
Which
moat
is also a
leads.
hell run.
Yeah, moat leads to single chamber.
Okay, so we found 3 different entrances into Upper Norfair. Only one of them is easy, but it's the one that nobody wants to go to with bottom criteria. We also have both wreck ship entrances. We've got potential. We don't know what is at the bottom of West Meridian, but the runners can get there.
I don't know if logic expects them to fall down though.
Logically, I think you can be expected to fall down. However, does it expect you to be able to get into the door in the first place? Because they are doing that like kind of pseudo gravity jump to get. That's how Derp got the check in.
Ah,
So it might be out of logic because you're not supposed to be able to get to that portal. Yeah, I would suggest that logically you're supposed to go to Upper Norfair, which either there's those 2 items at the top of kind of on the left side of Upper Norfair, and you've also got the other portal there we don't know, and both runners have synced up here, same room even.
they both have the same idea to go check the one portal they didn't want to revisit, but
Yep.
it's probably the answer since that gives us a whole bunch of other portals, a whole bunch of other checks. It's what a really roundabout way of getting back to parity.
Right? Rusty might be swearing right now because he probably thinks this is like Green Bryn and Derp has collected everything already. So he might be relieved to see that not only is this Upper Norfair, but it's a super blocked Upper Norfair. If he remembers, it would not have been possible to do this earlier. Derp just damaging through, or I don't even know if he damaged through. I think he just flew through.
Upper Norfair is just 2, so where's Holy and Green Bryn is 4. Okay,
There we
so
go.
okay.
There's some items. Oh, let's just go back and do these items first.
Yeah, this is 3 quick, 5 if you go to Ice Beam. Yeah, I don't mind the elevator round trip to check 5 items.
Yep, you can spy a 6th item in that. You can't get it, but you can look at it. Down here too.
Right, so Green Hill Zone goes to the back of Lower Norfair.
Well, there's regular bombs. Runners will probably stop collecting power bombs at this point. Bombs is also a really nice item for that CF clip into the Botchoon.
Now, in Dash, does Spazer destroy speed blocks?
No.
Okay.
That's a dash environment change, but that's not enabled for the tournament.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think picking up missiles is a good call. Really, for most of the run, unless you start getting a pretty powerful beam, you just don't know when that beam is going to come. It helps having starter charge. Any beam will help. But if you're derp, you've already seen one. You're not getting Spazer. Alright. Nice clip to the green door here. It looks like Rusty did not find anything of value in the high jump area. I didn't check if he saved. This next check is kind of risky. Especially with this low health. I mean, you might just get killed by the enemies before he even gets to the check. Oh, there's a gravity.
Hmm. Okay, Rusty's going to take a crystal flash.
Oh man, I really hope he has a save. This is you just lost all your supers. It's kind of annoying to use all those resources. Well, he did get 5 back at least. Yeah, he's saying, yeah, that's not worth
Yeah, not going to keep that.
So we're gonna go down to Etiquette. I kind of like going up to checking those 5 close together items first, just in case. Sometimes you realize you don't even need to come down here. This is kind of a longer checks.
At the same time, it is 2 items next to each other plus a third one if you want to make the climb up. But for routing purposes, it's good to check this first, which, here's one of the majors. Looks like Derp is going to be thorough and check the power bombs area, which I like being thorough.
You've come down here, you got to make the check now. Ooh, and it's plasma. Well, there you go. It's
and rewarded.
When everything goes down before you go to that area. And it's funny because the plasma is such a good item, you might not even go into that area. Might anyway, though. Super count's still kind of bad. So plasma, it's not so OP in this starter charge mode. Yeah, we see Derp still making this play. Probably just gonna pick up some supers, and maybe the E-tank. There's still one E-tank outstanding. I want that. But the number on the right there, it's number 150. That's how much damage Derp's beam is doing. So it's a considerable upgrade over the 20 that Rusty's doing. But that's still, I think, 120 mother brain shot bite. I think, something like that. So it's not super effective by itself. Still want one more beam or potentially a lot more supers.
All right, Derp has cleaned out Green Brinstar. We'll check an elevator to see where that goes to. But if this is nothing really, then Derp's got a gravity suit to explore Meridia with. Raid's lair, though.
Ooh, Crate Slayer tucked away, too. You're really hoping you can get this done.
The fortunate/unfortunate thing is that we know where Dragon is, and it's not here.
You say that.
Right, but...
Dragon could be here.
I forgot that one of the settings could be surprise, where there could be more than one Dragon. But it's only a 10% chance of that. So
With gravity, we can take out Dragon. A little bit annoying, but it can be done.
Yeah.
It's Ridley that's gonna be the problem. Now, if Derp has both reserves, 3+2, I think this. Oh, but he doesn't have enough supers. Yeah, the Ridley fight won't be doable because we don't have enough supers. I don't think.
It's.
This would be. Yeah. Wow. That's really annoying if you're Derp because you went through all the. You even went and did the extra ammo checks just so you'd be able to potentially ammo kill. Like if it is Ridley, if you had 2 more supers, you could probably get it done. Even 1 more super. But unless Derp knows some really fancy charged plasma XP attacks, I don't think we're going to be seeing a relief here.
Yeah, not without Varia and 3+2. That's it's a bit of a tight fight.
I don't actually remember if the SBA attacks do like their normal damage. Like I think they all actually no. I think they all do the same, like 300 damage a particle, and then ice is the only one that's special and doesn't do 300 per particle. So even that SB attack wouldn't be doing a whole lot. It should be really flashy.
So I assume Derp is on his way to Meridia.
Well, Derp has not done Upper Norther yet, so he's probably gonna get those 5 checks in. Did Rusty check that 6th item? I don't know if he did.
I don't think Rusty has gone up to Bryn Reserve yet.
No, he still needs to do that. I was wondering if he checked that extra item in Upper North that you can't get just to see what it was. I don't know if he checked that.
Oh, a Crocus game. I don't know if he checked that.
Numbers in the upper right. So the top right number is the number of major or unique items remaining in the area. The number below it, the EE number, is how many energy tanks there are. With this being a full randomizer, they give you that extra information. And then the last number is the amount that your charge beam can do. So both runners have collected, they had the starter charge, and they both picked up plasmas. The beam is up to a much healthier 150 damage. We can see Derp is able to tear through these enemies. Rusty was not able to do that. Ooh, Derp's confident. I don't like trying to get this item unless it's something really good. Maybe if it's an E-tank, because then I know I can at least get salvation, a little bit of a reprieve when I pick it up. But Derp's making it work. That room is really easy with Springball. It's almost like a Springball training room. But you can also do buffered jumps to jump off those crumble blocks. It's just kind of annoying.
Yep, you mistime it and you just fall down.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rusty's gonna get the bad news here. He's in the same boat, except for with 1 less E-tank. Oh, I did not know that the special beam attacks cost 3 power bombs if you don't have full charge. That's interesting.
That's new information for me.
Yeah. It's not something you get to use very much, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. Rusty maybe forgetting this plasma beam doesn't do a whole lot. Now, gravity can provide some heat protection, but I don't think it always does. And I think more often than not, it doesn't. And the heat protection you get is not very significant anyway.
Right, so Croc Escape was just a power bomb, so that's not worth coming back to.
Oh, okay. Chad is saying that's a Varia thing about the 3 power bombs, not a dash thing. So don't have to worry about that. Wow, Derp, is he even gonna be able to get to this item? I mean, he just wants to peek it.
I don't know if you'll be able to get to the
This
bubble.
is hard to even get to. Oh, he's gonna try to do the crystal flash here. Okay, that's
that was ambitious.
Yeah, that was really ambitious. No kidding. Oh, of course it's an E-Tank. And is this all the runners have left to do? There is one portal we haven't checked. There is an exit up there, although where would that even take you? Probably.
Our runners could go back to wreck ship and defeat Dragon.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Gosh, I think I'd be doing that. I'm looking for ways to avoid these hell runs just about all the time, especially knowing like there are no E-Tanks around to bail you out. That was the last one Derp got for this area. Of course, I think wreck ship isn't that. It's a little bit out of the way to get back to. Oh yeah, yeah. How would they even get back to wreck ship? That's probably why Derp should be more inclined to make these checks, and maybe he would anyway. But the fact that wreck ship's so far away is a factor here, because the other exit was the bottom of Kateria, which is really annoying too.
Yeah, I guess, while you're in Upper Norfolk, you check these, but then if this is dry, then going back to wreck ship. The Derp is going to have to farm energy before checking these 2 items.
Just being very efficient, though. Using reserves, but only as much as he needs. Oh, wow, and Rusty has decided I have 25 supers now. And I think it's doable. With,
yeah.
3 plus 2, 25 plus 30, 30 plus 25, so he's got enough missile ammo to do it.
You just got to beat the clock.
Where are you going, Rusty? You are not full supers. Rusty. Okay. He's okay. Forgot he hadn't opened the door yet. Yeah, waiting for that last super. Doesn't need to get to 25 since he's got enough missiles to compensate. Is just going to get to 25 anyway. Don't really blame him. Every little second could help.
Yeah, 1 super versus 6 missiles. I would want all the supers possible.
He must not be at full reserves. Mini Crate's actually a really nice energy refill. There is an energy refill above his head. That refill from Mini Crate might have been faster though.
Also, that door costs the super, so if you're already up on supers, then might as well just go to Mini Crate.
Yep.
Did the tail eat one? Orange vanilla wave.
Oh, Rusty letting the reserves run out, that's not generally what you want to do. This is not going to work. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Major in Upper North here. It's Space Jump by Wave. It's probably worth a keep.
Yes. And at least the wave beam is going to make it easy to come back. So, wreck ship. That's where we got to go. But I think this was a good play from Derp. He's very efficient with these hell runs. It's not easy to do them quickly. And they were literally on the way to wreck ship. It's not like he could just go on to wreck ship instead.
Remind me where single chamber goes?
It goes to Moat.
Oh, that's super easy to get to wreck ship then. Because then you just go cross the moat and then...
Yes. Derp, where are you going?
Does Derp not know that?
You should.
No, you're they make you a milkshake.
Yeah, I don't... Easy for us to say up here. We're not trying to play the game with our health training and figure out what to do. And you generally don't want to just be standing around. You want to make a plan. So I think Derp maybe wanting to check this last location. I just don't like it because I don't think you're going to gain a lot from it. I guess it could be the front of East Meridia. So maybe he's thinking go to East Meridia, but it could also be G4.
Yeah.
I mean, once you've already found Kraid and you've found all the item areas that you want to scope out items from, but who knows? Derp may just be, hey, if I don't have to do wreck ship, I'm not doing it. It could be.
Yeah. So there's two things in my mind. First is that I'm mixing up who knows what, which is certainly very possible. And the second thing is that when all else fails, just explore portals and just get information.
I think Derp had all of the portal knowledge that we had. This is filling out our map here. Okay, so we now know that G4 is actually the front of East Meridia, so you're going to want to do East Meridia last if you can. And I think that Derp's just going to find the fastest way to... It's possible Derp was thinking one of those portal, like, I don't know. That could have just been G4, though, and then it just would have been a waste of time to make that check at this time. I don't know. This didn't work out too badly for him, though, because he's going to head... now he's back into Red Bryn, and from here, both entrances to wreck ship are connected to Red Bryn. It's too bad Rusty wasn't able to pull off that really tight. It's a very difficult really fight. I would not be able to do it, certainly, with the equipment he had, but it would have made it for a more interesting race. I don't know if it would put him ahead, but it would make it interesting, whereas right now I'd say Derp's definitely in the lead. But who knows? It could be something stupid like Faria is in East Meridia, and maybe Rusty goes there first. We don't know. Although East Meridia is pretty far out of the way, so he probably isn't going to do that either. Rusty does not know what's in Croc, though, so he might maybe want to go back to Croc, and then East Meridia's right there.
It's always an interesting dynamic of how do you route efficiency versus easily doing the thing. If it was me, I would just go to wreck ship and just go to Dragon as soon as I got the gravity suit. But if you can do things faster, then you can route it a little bit better than having to crisscross the map a whole bunch of times.
And that would have been my thought too, but I probably would have ended up crisscrossing the map. It's just no good way to get to wreck ship. It's oh, this map stinks. Man, that Kraid beam Ridley being in Kraid's lair, the way it's laid out, is just really rough. This team would be hard to like sub out, even if you knew what was in it.
It wouldn't be a problem if there was like E-tanks available early, but there haven't really been.
Yeah, that's a good point too. We haven't seen a lot of high numbers for E-tanks either. It looks like they're all in wreck ship here. 3 in wreck ship. There must be more. Maybe there's something on Lower Norfair. I didn't catch what the Lower Norfair count was. Meanwhile, Derp taking advantage of that plasma wave combo. Still not as powerful as Vanilla. Vanilla, I think that's like a 750 beam. What Derp has here in Dash, it's only 250. Of course, X-Ray, the microwave special, is behind Dragon. Naturally. Hey, maybe there'll be another Dragon. We'll get to see that microwave.
Yeah, we haven't seen Fantoon or Botwoon yet, so it's got the possibility for that.
That's true.
And just in case you needed the confirmation, it is shifted because the wreck ship is now on.
It could still be Surprise, though, I think. Surprise does that too.
Oh, does it? I'm learning so much today.
It's still unlikely. I mean, even if it's Surprise, it's unlikely we'll see another Dragon. It could just be 2 Ridleys or something. Who knows? I believe it can be a vanilla boss layout even with Surprise, which is kind of lame. I feel like that should not be an allowed Surprise configuration.
Surprise, it's vanilla.
There's already a chance it could be vanilla. Oh, and Derp's up to full beam combo. But as we see, except for he still has the starter charge. Only 300 damage. That's still that's basically new route beam what Derp has. So really does not need any more ammo. Ice beam's still definitely worth it. It's an easy way into Botwoon. It's good for Metroids. I mean, at this point, Derp is just looking for Varia. But unfortunately for him, it's a full item split. So just looking for Varia means looking everywhere where there's still a major item left. Yeah, it's like that.
Came all the way here, and you didn't save. Yeah, you take it.
Well, he might need to cut through Upper Norfair again without Varia, potentially. I'm not sure. I haven't looked through the routing to see how practical that would be, but that would just be like, I don't have Varia yet. I'm taking this. Rusty doing a reasonable job getting through this Upper Norfair as well, taking a less ambitious, less risky Crystal Flash than whatever Derp was doing earlier. I would never be doing that.
What, you've never taken a Crystal Flash with 5 enemies in the room?
No. Even if those enemies don't kill you, Crystal Flash requires you to be in the exact same pixel that you started on. So if you get knocked off your spot that you laid the power bomb, yeah, you could be in real trouble.
Right, what are the worker robots hiding?
Just
Nothing.
missiles. Curious to see how Derp plays this. I mean, you're going to check probably Sky first, but then do you spy the? Because there's one location Derp can't get to. We don't have a way into the wreck ship reserve. You can spy it. I guess you would want to spy it then, since you can't get into it. You would want to know. In a traditional like shuffled seat, you might see runner collect all these E-tanks, we know Ridley's in Kraid and think, okay, maybe upper, lower and upper hell runs are in order here. However, there is that small chance that Ridley is actually at home and at Kraid's lair.
Oof, what tournament did we sign up for?
And even if we knew that it was Kraid or Bantu down there, this isn't a lot of E to be doing that. It's enough. Derp's got 3 crystal flashes worth, almost, practically. But I think he'd just rather find Varia here and be done with it.
Yeah, that's the easy solution.
Okay, decides to check this first. I didn't catch, did he? Oh, there's speed.
Well, unfortunately, there's no other majors, so the thing at Wreck Ship Reserve is going to be nothing, but there's no other orphan majors, though, so where's Varia?
East Meridia.
Oh,
Yes,
jeez.
Which, yeah, that's where G4 is, and Derp knows that, and is... probably at this point, both runners are swearing out the seed at this point.
Right, so at this point, it's either you're going to do a Lower Norfair Hell run and just forget Varia, or you're going to go back to... You're going to go back to East Meridia and get your Varia, and then do that. So it's... What's your risk tolerance, basically, is what the seed is asking.
Yeah. And, it might be Ridley and you're toast.
Right.
Because the Ridley fight is doable with the 40 supers, but then if you use all your supers for Ridley, you can't Crystal Flash anymore. It's like... It's... I think people think, oh, well, people do it in RBO, and sometimes it's easy to forget that in RBO, you know exactly where the E-tanks are. You know, I'm going to run to Fire Fleece, there's an E-tank waiting for me. It's a different deal in Randomizer. On top of the fact that we only have 7 E-tanks, you would normally have more for our... I mean, I think the very top RBO runs have 7, but everything else, usually you want more than that.
It looks like Derp is prepping for the Lower Norfair Hell run if he picked up the power bombs here.
He's at least thinking about it. He hadn't quite tried to figure out. I guess he's not going to Criteria, though. He's not going the faster way to East Meridia, I don't think.
And Rusty looks like he's ready to try it again.
Because, yeah, this is, he's at least going to probably kill Ridley while he's here. What would be, hopefully this does, hopefully Derp knows that Ridley could be down below. That does appear to be what he's doing. I think he's coming back for Ridley, and Rusty's back here too. Everybody just wants to get rid of Ridley. Varia's not behind Ridley, and if it is, I have some talking with the Dash developers. What? No.
I'd assume both runners are aware of the logic and have decided that Varia is just not a thing they're doing this seed. Rusty has missed 2 supers, and granted, I assume he started with the full 35, but it's without Varia, you're on a timer, and that's not a great place to be. this enough energy to get through the cutscene? It's not, and I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see if Rusty can get it again, but a little bit quicker. Meanwhile, Derp is going to take the full energy refill and definitely has enough supers for this. And let's try it.
Oh man, Rusty had that. If he paused, if you pause when you run out of health, you can't die while the pause is fading in and out, and that pause would have given him enough time for those drops to appear. But might have probably knew that and just cut it too close when it hit the pause.
Yeah, at the same time though, like how much energy are you getting that'll make that matter?
Well,
'Cause,
you'll
like,
be
you
in
s-
health bomb range, so everything will be on energy drop. You'll get enough. You definitely get enough.
Yeah, you would need enough to be able to live and then get out of the room, which, like, it's. I would assume it's possible. Well, Derp did get Ridley down, so that is. That's another boss down, and let's see where we're going from here. Oh, Rusty.
Oh, that's no good. That's
Yep.
Jesus.
All right, Rusty will try it again.
You know, I think Rusty took a hit in his first fight too, and still almost pulled it off. That was having enough supers for this fight is really huge. Even if you had a standard vanilla 900 beam, supers are still just faster against Ridley.
So I like what Derp did there. Farmed super missiles off the mini crate, knowing he's going to need to hell run. So, yep, you're going to hell run. Pick up that reserve too.
And that is confirmation. Reserves do not count in that E total.
Interesting.
Which I think is fine. I don't think that's a mistake or anything. I think I prefer that. So Derp's up to 7 plus 3. And there's got to be some E-tanks in Lower Norfair. Where else can they be? So I think he's found all of them everywhere else. Unless there's maybe one in Criteria. I don't even think there is. Alright, Rusty getting a little bit of a favorable pattern here, I think. Waiting for Ridley to pick him up. He's got him.
There it is.
He's got more than enough reserves now.
Yeah, there's 3 E-tanks here in Lower Norfair.
So, unless they're all a GT, there's a good chance we'll run into some. Of course, the way this seat's been going, I wouldn't be too surprised. There's one. Chooses to get it. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, there's
Definitely
really
save that one, but
I mean, there's little value in saving it on the way out because at that
Yeah.
point you're just gonna go out.
you're not that far from the exit at that point. And now every Crystal Flash he does, he's going to get benefit from it. So that's a good call. Rusty is also farming up here as if he's going to do He's not going to do outlet though, right? What's he getting full health for?
Well, his energy situation is way worse.
This one, I think you could argue maybe you do save if you're derp. That's a kind of a nice middle point. But nothing wrong with picking down too.
He might also gamble that the last E-Tank is at PBs of shame. Granted, it could also be literally anywhere else, which is likely the case because there's more anywhere else than there is one PBs of shame.
All right, Terp is saving. Rusty does have quite a bit of ammo as well, so even though he's limited on health, he's going to pick up that third reserve. He does have enough to pull this off. Especially now that we know where the E-Tanks are, they're in kind of favorable locations for Rusty to be able to pick them up.
Oh, that's not where you want to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save it for Splash here. It's a good idea.
Not doing it in the room with the metal pirate. Tisk. Well, supers will do it.
It's a nice little glitch there. Double space jumping Samuses.
I always like to see that. All right, we found a crate.
Rusty going to a rarely used save, but it makes sense. Oh yeah, it's not Ridley. That's good. We could be here a while.
Got a nice reprieve, but Kraid got his hand up, so we're gonna dance.
Yep, that would normally be taking out Kraid in one hit, but not with this reduced beam. I'm surprised Derp even checked this. Maybe he's looking for an E-Tank. Okay, that's why he checked it. He was thinking that could have been the last E-Tank. Okay. And here we go. Rusty is going to be very happy to see this first E-Tank. Now, it doesn't look like Rusty's that far behind here. Unfortunately, though, Rusty has not done Rick Ship yet, which also means he doesn't have ice or speed. Could do the CF clip into Bachur. So he doesn't really need to scout out Rick Ship, but he still has to do it at some point. Nicely using that wave plasma to cut through these Key hunters without taking damage.
That is a very good use of plasma. I like doing that a whole bunch, not getting hit as you just run through.
You can see Derp intentionally taking some damage here, just trying to get the numbers down to a very safe crystal flash here in this particular room that does not do heat damage. And then it's going to have no problems escaping. And he's just going to have to make his way back to Criteria.
The last boss is, in theory, Fantoon at East Meridia.
Yes, that's what we're expecting. Although it would be kind of funny if it was another Ridley.
And then we know that Turian is on the left side of East Meridia because we haven't seen it yet.
Yep. So I'd expect Derp to go straight through here to the right. And that'll put him at the bottom of Criteria. And at this point, even if it was a Ridley surprise, Derp's beam and resources are going to be enough for him to get to that fight. He could afford to be surprised. Rusty getting to Crade.
Just confirmed the last upgrade, the last major in Criteria is the charge upgrade that's behind Gauntlet.
Oh, that's right. We saw that earlier, and we weren't sure if that counted as a major upgrade or not. Oh, there was one more E-tank here. Somewhere. Would not have been worth searching for earlier. This is just one and done. This is Swiss rounds. So we've got 6 weeks of Swiss, and then I think anybody who gets 3 or more wins will make it into the bracket stages after that. All right, Rusty's going to need to find a good place to hang out here for another Crystal Flash. Rusty, I don't know about this. Can that guy jump over there?
It's fine. He's fine.
Oh, he's coming. So for those who aren't aware, when you are in a Crystal Flash animation, you don't have iframes. You can get killed by a Rinka. Anything can kill you pretty much because the enemy will be touching you and damaging you for whatever it normally does for damage, like let's say 40 damage. And then you don't have iframes, so in the next frame, you get another 40 damage. And you can die very quickly.
Yep.
Faster than the health refills, but also the health refill runs out at some point, so then you still die even if you were somehow healing faster.
Oh, there's 4 majors here, by the way.
Oh, there are 4 in East Meridia. Okay, I thought there were only 3. Yeah, they're all here.
Best item in the game.
What is Derp looking for at this point? Just supers? Must be looking for supers, but he's got He's got the firepower to deal with Platoon. So microwave's not as effective. It would take, I think, 10 microwave shots, which would be somewhat difficult to do. But he's also got some supers. That was pretty good.
That looked like a grapple beam.
Rusty killing all the fire fleas. Wants to make sure he's totally blind for this.
Also, Derp is charging up on the off chance that it's another Ridley.
Really find Rusty needs to find one more place to camp out here. This looks like a good spot. And should be moving on through. Is Varia just going to be right here at Precious Missiles?
Yeah, you're under 30 supers. Might as well pick it up.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I guess. Well, but he's got. Yeah, he didn't need those. Even if this is Ridley, he doesn't need those. Yeah, I suppose what I said, if he was surprised by Ridley, I kind of forgot that he would be taking health damage. He wouldn't want to be completely surprised. He would want to be have some good health. But it is fancy. No surprise bosses today. Nicely done.
And there it is.
I think that takes like 7 or 8 microwaves, so that's good to get it in. Instead of the usual like 3 or whatever it is normally.
Right, Derp is on his way to Torian.
I wonder where Varia was after all this. I guess it must have been in East Meridia, right? So ugly. Like, Varia being in East Meridia, fine. Varia being in East Meridia that's buried on the left side of Criteria along with Croc? Come on. Ugh.
This layout has been perfectly fine. That's a lie. I can't say that with a straight face. Anyway, full beam combo for Derp. This is just going to be a walk in the park.
Yep, doesn't need to worry about energy conservation or ammo conservation at all. Supers are a little bit faster than discharge beam, but not by an amount that matters. We could see a baby skip attempt from Derp. Not sure if he goes for that or not, but he's got high jump speed.
And wave.
Yep. Sometimes having plasma when you're used to Spazer can add a little bit more lag to this room, make it a little more difficult if you're not used to it. But he's not damaged down.
All right, let's see it.
All right, old school skip is in.
Got it.
I'm gonna try for a speed zeb skip, maybe just for show. Just getting some extra practice in.
He was able to get the blue, but wasn't able to stop in time to get the shine spark. But doesn't matter. Had ice. And here we go.
Tragon, but did go in with at least not very much energy. That's where his energy all went. Oh,
Oh boy.
what happened? He had 70 energy, didn't he?
He did. But just jumped right into Dragon. And without area, and that's...
Oh, it does 80 damage. Oh my god. Where's the save at? No, wait, he's got 70 health here. Okay, I think the save might have been recent. Okay, so he was aware that he was only going to this Dragon fight with 70 energy and that was risky. I'm not sure if he knew. I didn't know that was going to kill him. I kind of forgot how much damage Dragon can do there. No Mario. But a good call to make that save, realizing he's low on health going into this.
Now, would there be a difference in taking the save in the wreck ship versus taking in Red Tower?
I like the call to save at Red Tower just because you're counting on living. So yes, he would have saved time if he needs to save, taking it at the wreck ship, but you're also you're playing. That's the backup. Whereas taking the save where he did was probably cost him 5 seconds or something, maybe 7. Didn't even have to spend any time on the doors. That's one of the things I really like about the new saves they added is they're just kind of nice to have a free save somewhere.
And that one is right next to the portal, so that's just like a good place for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mother Brain 3 on Derp side.
All right, just the escape left. There's no mystery escape. I don't know if there's a mystery save the animals. I don't think we're going to be seeing that, even if there is. I don't think there is. I don't know if Derp checked this item. Oh no, never mind. He did. I forgot. This was not. Derp didn't check the last boss. Okay. Yeah, Derp did check that. Thanks for that. Well, I think the story of this one was just that Ridley fight. Derp, I don't even think Derp attempted it. Rusty gave it a few tries, and maybe if he pulls it off, it'd be a little bit different. But Derp's played pretty well. Might have still taken the victory.
Yeah, the Ridley fight was definitely the choke point in this seed for sure.
And there we have it. Derp is in the ship with an official time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 29 seconds. GG.
Looks like Rusty is going to finish this out.
We'll see if anybody comes in for an interview. SpeedGaming still sends out the auto invites.
They do.
And we are joined by Derp. GG.
Oh, GG's. That was one of the worst seeds I've ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look good on our end either.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a lot of full countdown in my practice for this tournament, so I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted to play it. So I definitely made some decisions early that I regret, especially the Croc fight. I did it because I saw so many majors in East Meridia, and I was thinking, like, this is probably like Varia here, and then Gravity somewhere early, which did end up being the case, but it was not a Croc. So... And then by the time I did have Gravity, I was so much further away, and I had already kind of had a feeling that there was Turian at that other end of East Meridia.
Yeah.
Because I'd already checked so many portals by then, so I didn't want to go back, and then I ended up going basically everywhere else. It seems like Rusty did basically the same thing.
Yeah, I like that you checked that entrance first, and then you realize, oh, I'm going to be completely abandoning Croc if I don't do it now. I think it makes a lot more sense to go for it in that situation. Although I had forgotten that you couldn't get one of the items, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was really worried that that would be the item, Indiana Jones missile, and that would be Gravity. But luckily, I found Spazer and died. But you know,
But you had the knowledge.
had the knowledge. I was also worried that Rusty would have gone back to East Meridia. Like, either he didn't realize that it was Turian back there, or just wanted to check because there were so many majors there. And then I think Varia was in one of the sand pits. Yeah, it looks like it was Meridia Reserve.
Reserve.
Like, that play could have potentially been pretty good if you get Varia, and you don't even need to go to the boss yet, because I don't think you would have had ice or speed in that situation. But you just get the Varia and bail.
Why
Maybe it's just
maybe
it's still too slow because you have to go all the way through this room that Rusty's going.
Yeah, it's such a slow, no suits to get through. Ugh.
Also,
I
the
don't know,
placement.
There's no good way to route this.
No. That Ridley location at Kraid's Lair was really gross.
Yeah, that was bad as well. Luckily, you kind of had to go back there for LN, so you could do back to back. So it didn't end up being too bad.
The map was so terrible that wasn't even the worst thing on.
Yeah, it's like the fourth worst thing about this map.
It was pretty bad. That was definitely a turning point in the race. I think you were ahead anyway, but I think you took one look at that fight and bailed. Rusty gave it a shot. Then he went back to Green Bryn, and I think he picked up one more super somewhere, and then he decided to give that another go.
Did he have 30 supers at that point?
He had 25, and he had like 50 missiles, I think.
That's crazy. Going for that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he had like 3+2, I think, was his tank situation. So it was. He wasn't able to pull that one off. So that had to abandon it. So after that point, it was more time. He did end up doing the same thing you did, though, which was not find Varia.
Right. I mean, there were a lot of tanks in Lower Norfair. The one saving grace of this seed. So it was fairly comfortable. I kind of shambled it a little bit because I'm not super practiced with suitless Ellen stuff, and I messed up Metal Pirates pretty bad. But
I'm reminded, I was going to ask you, did you know that Ridley could have been down there?
I did. I was just hoping he wasn't.
Okay, it was pretty low chance. So,
like I farmed before the East Meridia boss because that could have been Ridley as well.
Yeah, that was a sign that you knew that.
I know. For that one, I had the save. I just kind of hoped that it wasn't the case, and got a little bailed out.
Really minor bailout. That's, I think. It's only a 10% chance overall of a surprise, and then it's even lower.
I mean, we knew it was either shifted or surprise, and so I think it's 30% shifted chance and then 10% surprise. So in theory, it's a 1 in 4, and then I have to roll another 1 in 4 for it to be exactly Ridley there.
Correct.
So if I felt comfortable enough that it wouldn't be the case, and then obviously for this boss where I had more luxury to farm up to full, I just went for it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Your situation is a little more comfortable than Rusty's. He went in with like 4+3 to Lower Norfair, so he really needed that first tank to be an E-tank. That was definitely helpful.
Yeah, I specifically picked up all the E-tanks in Wreck Ship because I knew, like, if I didn't find Varia there, I was just going straight to LN, because that's the only way that you could reasonably route this, it felt like.
Gosh, and that was another one where there was that one item that you won't be able to get. You know, maybe it's going to be Varia and Wreck Ship Reserve or whatever. It just didn't end up being, though.
That would have been a funny one. Speed at somewhere in East Meridian and then Varia at the ship, at Wreck Ship Reserve.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about these. You know, even when you get a terrible seed like this, there's always the opportunity to be just that little bit worse.
I wonder if we can get
GG's to
an interview.
GG's to Rusty for sure. This was a fun seed. But, you know, fun in quotations. Whoops.
Sorry, just trying to figure out if we can invite Rusty or not. I think if I mark him done on the stream, it will let me. It'll leave him an invite, but it will also kill the audio. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, why don't we give it a try, gamer? Now that we're in Turian. We don't need to listen to the Turian music anyway, do we?
Best music in the game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, when you do that, it kills the audio. We'll see. We'll see if Rusty wants to join us for an invite or not. If not, probably let this Rusty's run finish out. Trying to think of what else happened in the seed. You guys made pretty similar decisions. Like you both went to Croc. I think Rusty went to do the Upper North for items before Green Bryn, which didn't work out. I mean, you both ended up making those same checks, but your routing was a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, I'm happy with how I routed. At least, other than missing the CWJ across the moat. I thought about trying it a couple more times, but I need to put more practice into that. Like, I'm comfortable with all the other ways across the moat, but CWJ, sometimes I'll hit it, and sometimes I just don't.
Well, I know when
But
you go
I don't
for
think
the
it ended up being super important.
The in-room backup is sometimes frame perfect, like double frame perfect. So it's
if you set up for it in the room, like backing up into the doorway, like I was doing, the second jump is frame perfect. If you do it from outside the room, then it's a 2-frame window.
Yeah, it's sometimes you get a 2-frame window, but yeah, it's always a 2-frame window from outside the room.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's annoying for sure. Yeah, I remember when you left Green Bryn thinking, why aren't you just going straight direct ship? And then it's like, wait, there is no way to straight direct ship. This map just sucks.
Yeah, kind of went straight direct ship.
You did kind of. Like, I guess it made sense to do the hell runs. I was sitting here thinking I would avoid these hell runs if I possibly could, but then after looking at the map, like, okay, no, this makes a lot more sense. And you did the hell runs pretty well. At this point, Rusty's in a pretty similar situation. Full beam. Doesn't even need Zeb skip, but might as well.
Well, that is something I could ask. So Derp, you got the speed booster in East Meridia. Were you looking for either Varia or speed?
I got speed at the top of
Spring ball. Spring ball.
Oh, was that spring ball? Okay, never mind then. I was thinking for some reason I had in my head that speed booster was speed locked, but that was obviously not the case.
I think that was last race with Bresson.
Yeah.
Baker. Oh, that's his name.
Yeah, that was it. I was watching that.
Those Aqueduct items can have gravity, which is a surprise to me that Snail Clip is in logic, but okay.
Yeah, but to answer your question, why I was checking the Aqueduct items, honestly, I kind of wanted to find the E-Tank just so I didn't have to do a ton of farming for Ridley.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or just Varia and then it's free. But that was the logic behind it. Finding one of those two items would have been very nice. And
I see.
I got supers out of it, which ended up being pretty nice because I had so many supers. You can see I finished with 50%. I think that might be the highest item percent I've ever gotten in an area seed. Just because I had so much ammo.
Yeah, that's normally the kind of percentage you see when you don't have charge.
Yeah.
I didn't even check where the regular charge was. I missed that.
It was I checked it early. It was back of Gauntlet. I thought about doing it on the way down, like to East Meridia, but I already had so many supers at that point that I wouldn't even save that much time. No, I'd probably have lost time because I would have to go through all the way through Gauntlet. I mean,
I think you would have. Yeah, especially no screw attacks. It's not even that fast.
Yeah. If I had screw, I probably would have done it, but that was also buried somewhere in East Meridia.
Right. Charge upgrade was at the. That's right. We saw the charge upgrade at the back of Gauntlet. Yeah. Okay. Just nobody went and got it. All right. Well, I don't think Rusty's coming, which is fine. Not sure I'd want to talk to anybody after this seed either.
Yeah, this is a
Oh,
rough
yeah,
one for sure.
there is in chat saying they didn't want to talk about it. I just now see the chat message. Yeah. Don't want to talk about it. Nope. Don't blame you. That was a rough one, but I don't think even if Rusty had managed that really fight early on, I think the Derp still would have had it. It was good. But it's a good effort by both of you. Congrats again on finishing this terrible seed in under an hour 20.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Y'all can send us off as Rusty is escaping.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and the comps will stick around here for a couple more minutes, and then we'll sign off.
That's another bring down for Rusty, and we're just a minute or two away from a finish.
Yeah, nice of Rusty to put in the effort to go ahead and finish it out. Do what he had to do. Did the hard part already.
Yeah, that's always a safe thing to do in a tournament race. You just want to make sure you get it, just in case something weird happens, and just want to make sure that you have a finish.
Oh, that's right. Rusty did not do the wreck ship full clear. Doesn't have the speed. So as far as the next round, it is Swiss, so that means all of the races need to be completed before we know anybody's next opponents. We'll have to figure out the seeding anyway. I hear there's been a little bit of a shakeup in the standings already. We had somebody drop out, and then Nevdi is replacing them. And Nevdi's would be pretty highly seeded, so it'll be interesting to see how they put that into the Swiss. They're already talking about it.
In terms of other races, none scheduled for today. Like, this was the second and last race for today, but we've got other races tomorrow. We've got 3 scheduled, and then we've got a whole bunch scattered throughout the rest of the days of the week.
Did you say there are 3 tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah, we've got Lies and Gasoline versus Nick Players, Zeb 316 versus Lomi and Jones, and Smellin versus Salty Pigeon 87.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought we only had 1 tomorrow. I'm behind and looking at the schedule. That's good to know. So as you said, no more today, but look forward to plenty of races tomorrow, throughout the week, next week. 6 weeks of Swiss, so we've got plenty of races ahead.
Yep, if you're a fan of Super Metroid Randomizer, we've got a whole bunch left to go.
All right, well, I think that's it for us. Thanks again, Beat to the Boot, for tracking. And Crazy Gamer for joining me on comms.
Yep, absolutely. And I don't know how much we want to let the credits play out here, but that is that'll be it for us, and we'll see you guys next time.